Good morning, good morning, good morning, you guys.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Real Talk with SLR.
How are you guys doing today?
Y'all, it's a chilly morning this morning. It was the first time I woke up and I went outside and it looked like it snowed. But it wasn't snow. It was frost.
Yep.
Yeah. Everything was all frosty out here.
A lot of little fog and whatnot.
Yeah, everything's starting to evaporate. All the frost is evaporating and turning into fog, but it's going to be a decent day today. High 50s. Possibly low 60s if it gets a little bit more, but I think it said it was going to be like 58, 59.
No.
Ain't too bad. It's perfect weather for getting her done.
No. This week is going to be a cold one from when I was looking at it. And after this week, it's supposed to start warming up. Like we have a cold front and then it's supposed to get like warm again for a little bit. And then it's going to be doing this flip-flop from what I was seeing.
Yeah. Actually, so far, this fall season going into winter has been very mild. We haven't really had too many storms like that we had in the past. We did have a pretty good one, there for a little while, but it hasn't been consistently every single week like maybe it had been years previous. So I don't know. I'm interested to see what Christmas looks like this year.
Yeah, this is going to be very interesting.
Yeah.
Very, very interesting to see what happens.
Yeah.
But it's that time of the season,
Yeah.
It's Thanksgiving. We just had Thanksgiving,
Which, about Thanksgiving, friends. A lot of you guys saw my Thanksgiving song. So, about the song, guys, my whole idea was, make a Thanksgiving rendition, true story, that had the grandma got run over by a reindeer vibes. Although I don't think that was a legit true story. However, the Thanksgiving, I ruined Thanksgiving with tainted meat. Yeah, that was a real thing. That really happened. That really happened on Thanksgiving. But it wasn't that bad. Anthony and Rox had a ham. No. I don't know what necessarily happened. Listen to the song. It tells the whole story. But it's all good. We ended up having a really good Thanksgiving anyway. We had a lot of good food. We had good friends, family. We did something this year that was really cool with the kids. I did an art project with the kids. It's already taken down now because we're moving on to the next season. But we made a thankful tree, which was kind of fun. I had all that brown paper left over from when I was painting out here, the paper that we put on the floor. And we crumpled it all up and we made a tree out of it. And we stuck it over on the side of the shed over there. And then we had all these leaves, paper cut out leaves. And we had the kids and everybody that was a guest, joining us, write down stuff that they were thankful for and put the leaves on the tree. Yeah. And it was really nice. It was something that we did together. It was really fun.
It was super cool.
Yeah.
Super, super cool.
Yeah. We did, my mom had played Thanksgiving bingo with them. And then we had a big campfire and it was a very chill, great Thanksgiving.
Yes.
All things considered, even with, tainted meat. But hey.
Man.
It happens.
Yeah.
We haven't been here on Real Talk for quite some time, so I guess we should fill you in on the other happenings. Something crappy kind of happened yesterday. So the kids after Thanksgiving, they all wanted to stay hanging out and stuff like that, right? So everybody kind of separated, did their own thing on Friday. But then Saturday, my mom had talked to the kids about coming over and spending the night at her place, Oh. And Serenity was invited in that because Serenity and Julia and Scarlett, they're like the three musketeers, And then Jacob and Abraham were planning a boys' day with Wyatt over here at my place. They were going to play Fortnite and go riding bikes. They had this whole thing planned, and they wanted the girls to get. And anyway, so the girls go over to my mom's house, and they had a great night, spending the night, baking with my mom and just having fun over there. And then I guess yesterday, so Sunday, the girls, they were all over there, and they were playing, and they were I guess dragging each other on the floor. I don't know what they were doing. This is just how they described it to me. But they were playing a game where they were dragging each other on the floor and jumping over each other and stuff like that. Anyway, Scarlett was getting dragged. And I guess when Julia pulled on her and dragged her, it popped her elbow and her wrist out of socket. And she screaming, hollering. We ended up having to take an emergency trip to I was in the ER yesterday pretty much all afternoon, and Scarlett now has a buckle fracture on her wrist. And later on this week, I have to go into Fort Smith and get some more fresher x-rays for the elbow because of the growth plates, yada yada, and figure out if there's any more. So Scarlett has a cast on right now. Yeah, Scarlett's got a cast on right now, friends. Eventful times. Never a dull moment when you got kids. But it was a total accident, you know. They were all having fun. It was a good time. It wasn't anything, and it just accidents happen,
yes.
You know, and that's what happened. I think that Scarlett, so like a week previous to this too, Scarlett did fall off the e-bike, and she got a pretty good road rash on the same arm that she ended up hurting. And I think that possibly maybe when she fell off the bike, maybe that's when that caused that. And it just got exaggerated when she was getting dragged. I don't know. But she's not feeling super hot right now.
No.
You know, so there's that.
I have no idea what, you know.
Yeah.
What's what, but.
Ups and downs, guys. Ups and downs of life.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. So we had a great Thanksgiving. We had kind of an accident happen with the kiddos. And other than that, we've been kind of taking the fall season, and now it's time for Christmas, you know? So we're trying to regroup and get ready for all of the next wave of holidays coming up. Yep. You got the Christmas tree set out and got all the lights put on it.
I did. Mm-hmm. I did. Now it's time for us to fully decorate it and run everything.
Hang all the ornaments and like put the angel on the tree and stuff. We didn't do that because Gary had set up the tree this weekend when the girls were at my mom's. No. And so we wanted to wait for the girls to be home so we could hang all the ornaments on it. Because Gary always like hangs the lights and sets the tree up without mine or the kids' help. Yeah. So he got it to
mainly
the point
just
now.
So that way it can get up, you know?
Yeah.
And it's...
Yeah. No, it's fine.
To where, hey, now come help me. Let's get the tinsel on it. Let's get...
It has lights on it.
Let's get everything else on it.
Now let's make it pretty.
The lights are always a pain in the butt. Because you run it, and it's like, wait, what? I know I have all the strands that I need right here to make this tree a full, you know, loaded tree. And it never fails that you're, like, always short. And then now you're running around the bottom trying to
even it out.
Even it everything out.
Or you get the
pull it tighter or...
You've gotten better about this throughout the years, but I remember a couple years you didn't test the lights all the way.
That too?
Yeah, and now he tests them like for sure, like before.
I test every single one, every little strand.
He's double checking them. But it's happened before in the past where he's like strung all the lights on the tree and then we go to plug it in and stuff isn't working and he's like, now I got to figure out which bulb it is to replace, and yeah, you've gotten a lot better with that throughout the years, you know. So we always leave the tree setting up part to Gary, and then we pretty it.
Yeah,
you know.
That's
We were gonna do it last night, but again, I spent the whole evening. So.
But hey, it's all right. She's okay.
Yes, everything's okay, guys. She's in good spirits. Everything's fine. People that have children, if you have multiple children, maybe not happen as often if you have one kid, right? Because odds, just figure odds, you know, the more kids you have, the higher the odds go that stuff happens. And, it sucks, obviously, but there's nothing that I don't think that anybody could have done, differently or anything like that. It just, unless you just tell them not to play at all.
No.
You know, they were playing, so.
They're my kids. I can't.
Gary spent like half of his life in a cast of some sort growing up.
I can't say that I'm not surprised, but at the same time, you know.
Yeah. How many, you broke like 10 bones in your life at separate occasions?
More. I think it's closer to like 15, but
and I
have no idea.
I was always very cautious.
I lost count after 10.
I was always very cautious growing up, right? And the only bones that I've ever broken is like my toes, you know, and my nose, guys. My nose got broken for the first time when I was like 9, and then it got broken again when I was like 10 or 11, and then it got broken again when I was 14. And then when I was like 19, I had like a super crooked nose, and I went in and I had them like straighten it out. And I had them do that, and I ended up having to go back twice for that because I had a breathing issue on the one side. So that's the only thing that I've had messed up is my stinking nose, man. And it's
I wish that I could say that the 15 were part of my toes, but no.
Yeah, you're like, oh, we're including
if I'm including toes, man.
Yeah. You know?
I'm probably in the 50s, I don't know.
But I never broke like my arms or like my legs or anything else. Actually, I take it back. I had a broken rib. Abe broke my rib.
Abe did break your rib, that's right.
Abe broke my rib. When I was pregnant, I was so stuffed, and he kicked me so hard, and it was like my very bottom one, like a tiny crack in it.
Man.
Yep.
That's crazy.
That happened. But besides that, my nose.
Yeah.
Toes.
But
anyway, we went skeet squirrel with the conversation, friends. We're rusty. We're rusty from doing real talk, and it's like catching up with an old friend you haven't seen in a while, and it is what it is. But today we are going to get back to work out on the front mudroom. What's the plan for today? We're going to try to build the beam that goes across to both of the posts that we put up last time that you shaved off there. Oh,
yes.
Hold on.
I got you.
My earphone just fell out of my ear randomly. Anyway.
But yes, we are going to basically create the beams that come out, attaching the house basically to the front posts.
Okay.
And along that wall and attaching that to it.
Okay.
Plus we've got the front beams to attach this way.
Yeah, that's what I was asking. Are we making the beam that goes from both of the posts that we set up today? Like posts we put up,
yes.
We shaved them?
Yes.
Connecting those two?
Yes.
Okay.
We're connecting everywhere.
Okay. I got you.
That's ideally. And then...
Because we already cut those other boards.
Correct.
That need to sliver in there onto the joist area. Or correct. Rafter area, whatever. Yes. Truss.
Yeah,
the thing.
Whatever right.
It's still early. We're having some coffee. But yeah, no, we already cut those boards that need to go off into that. So I know that we need to add some more to it.
Mm-hmm.
And you want to start there, and then after we get those, then we're going to build the beam that connects front ways.
Once.
Post. Beam,
yeah.
Beam.
We're going to be doing these.
Do these first. Okay.
And then we're going to do the beam this way.
Got you. Okay.
Yeah.
And then after that, if we do that today, that's a win. That's pretty much what I want to accomplish today, because I know that that's going to be a lot of work. But the following step after that, then we have to make like the little crown thing that goes on this side and then holds the post that goes up to the roof. So then we can hang off the
ridge. Yep.
Okay. Okay. We're on the same page.
We don't know
the terminologies for these things.
Well, that's the ridge beam, right? Coming off.
I'll correct myself. I don't know the terminologies for these things correctly.
But the thing is we've got to figure out. That's where it's going to be interesting. And we're going to have to play with that and try to figure out the height.
Yeah.
And I've got to give us enough room to be able to do so.
Yeah.
If that makes any sense.
So you're going to be out there playing with your measuring tape?
Well, yeah, but not only not only that, though, but we're also going to be trying to build the thingy. Whatever it is, all right?
The thingy.
It's like
what?
The web for the open truss.
The gable end?
The gable end. That's right there.
Yeah.
I'm going to try to build it. We're going to look back and see it, right? And say yes or no on finishing it.
Uncovering it or not?
Uncovering it all, right?
I see. Well, okay,
because I have to tie everything in. Anyway.
I know Gary was talking about it because I saw him talking about it on the video where he chopped off the post things and got all that together. So I saw him talking about it then. So I kind of understand where you're going with it on whether we want to close that in or not. Now, on the one hand, I'm already on the close it in side. Only because, listen to me, just real quick, only because of that rain sometimes, it would keep the stairway drier. However, if we have it open, it will look very pretty, and it's going to have an overhang, so it's not like it's going to be too detrimental either way. You know what I'm saying? It's really aesthetic, in my opinion, because it's going to be covered. It's only going to be protecting it a little bit more from that sideways rain. That's what I think, at least.
You heard it here first. We're going to cover it in.
Oh.
Huh?
Okay, so you don't want to...
Well, I mean, hey, if I don't have to do the work on that aspect, I'm not going to do the work on that aspect. I'll just get it to where it's really good and beefy right there, and we'll do it.
It would look very beautiful, you know, because that... although it would look very beautiful...
I might have to build it and then have her look at it.
No, we're not going to do all that, because our mission is to try... We're still on a mission to try to get metal on the building by the end of the year. That's still the mission. And if we spend a lot of time on things like that, it's going to take away time from the mission goal. And on the one hand, with just how life has been slapping the crap out of us all year long, I'm putting kind of... I'm not saying that we're not going to meet our goal, but I'm also not going to beat myself up if we don't meet our goal, because life has been lifing the hell out of us this year.
Yes.
So that's what it is. We're still having our goal of metal on the roof, although I am realistic about how long things take, you know?
Yep.
Now, if you guys were doing this yourself and you guys weren't recording it and weren't homeschooling 3 kids and you guys were, you know, just had all the money in the world to just go buy materials when you need them, and honestly, the recording and the sharing part takes a huge chunk of time.
Yep.
So if you weren't doing all of that, maybe it would be a little bit more realistic to get her done. But because of our current life situation, it's just, I'm trying to be really realistic and set goals that we can meet. So that way we don't feel like losers, you know, and that way the internet doesn't try to make us feel like losers. But regardless, I'm realistic about like what's going on in our life and where we are in our life and everything. And I know I'm going to be fine if time-wise needs to be adjusted here and there.
No.
You know, we're going to still work like hell and try to get it done.
Yeah. It's...
So in other words, you don't need to build that out just for me to look at it. I feel like we're going to end up covering it just because of the weather that we have out here, and that sideways rain, it would protect the stairs that we build more, I feel like. And it would still look really pretty.
I'm on that side. More so to protect the house.
Yeah, I know you are. So I wouldn't. So you wouldn't have to spend your time. Is what I'm getting at. You don't have to spend your time and like waste your time.
Okay.
You know, building that just for me to look at it and then for me to say like, oh, let's cover it, because I feel like that would be more aggravating to you. Okay.
No, enough said on that one. You don't need to convince me. All right.
I'm partly convincing myself.
Uh-huh.
We're talking it out, guys.
I'm just
We're
saying,
just
you don't need to convince me.
It's all good, man. It's all good.
If you want me to cover it in right there, shoot. I'll make it 1,000 times easier.
Yeah.
Just to gable end that truss exactly.
Yeah, just gable end it, and then we could put the zip board and stuff on there, and then when we figure out what siding we're going to use, we will do the siding and stuff. Because that's going to be another, you know, big thing that we're going to have to figure out afterwards, is the siding. Now, like... we can have a whole other episode about the siding, because me and Gary, we're not exactly seeing eye to eye with the siding, but at the same time we are. Like, we both have the same... is that a cat messing with that?
No, that's...
Lola?
It's probably a mix.
Oh, the cat and Lola's
tail hitting the door and the cat messing with the ball or something.
Anyway, squirrel, sorry. We could do a whole nother episode on just the siding, but we are starting to look into these things, and like how Gary called the gutter people last week, that's going to be something we're going to discuss further with you guys. We're getting to the point where we actually are looking at different companies for the metal. We just don't have anybody to come out and like, we don't want to contact them, and we don't want to waste their time, right? So we're trying to wait until we have all of the exact measurements, which we won't know until we finish this part of the job.
Yep.
Because once we have all of that information, I already know that we'll be able to either do our cost comparison analysis and figure out who we're going to buy the raw materials from and do it ourselves, or B, something that I've been really weighing heavily is just hiring out them to do the metal on the roof entirely. because you do get better warranties, and not only the warranties, but also the time, how much time it takes, because it's a specific product. The seamless, standing seam metal roof.
Standing seam, yeah.
They get installed a particular way. It's a brand new thing for us. I mean, we could learn it. I have complete faith that we can, because we can do anything that we set our minds to. It's just how long is it going to take, and how much trial and error is there going to be. And on the one hand, I'm like really weighing it hard over in myself, because on the one hand, like, I want to do it ourselves because we've done literally everything ourselves.
Yep.
The only things that we haven't had done ourselves is dirt work, the actual septic, and concrete. Oh. That's it. Everything else has been our two hands and little help from our friends here and there, like when we needed it.
Yeah.
Trust day, you know what I mean? Stuff like that. But it's just been me and you. So like on the one hand, I'm like, I don't want to hire it out, and then because it's one thing that, but that's just also like, is that just pride? Is that just pride? Because would it really be better for us to just have them do it? These are things that we have to think about, and we have to make decisions about. And we also have to put the cost into account too, because we can only spread so much, right? So these are all things that we have to mull over, and decisions that we have to be the final decision makers on. And it's all coming up soon, but we don't want to waste anybody's time.
No.
And get like quotes for certain things and decide for sure the company we're going to go through for our metal until we have our mudroom roof built and we have all of our measurements exactly.
Yep.
So we're going to get working on that today, so that way we can get another step towards that direction.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's
warming up.
It's warming up.
Yeah, it's warming up.
We're just going to be on the side that doesn't really have a whole lot of sun.
That's like that's the good side to work on in the summer.
Correct. That's why I made it. That's why I made it like the sunroom for the summertime, right? Because it's going to be that perfect room that's going to get a lot of sun in the summertime.
Yeah.
You'll be able.
It's the north side.
Yeah.
So.
But yeah, it's going to be a very, very nice today. We'll be able to get a lot of work done.
Yep.
I have a lot planned up there. So.
Yeah. Well, today's goal, friends, we're just going to try to stay focused and deal with one thing at a time. Today's goal is going to be, let's visual learners, friends, since I don't know all the right words, posts that we put up last time that Gary was chopping up, right? We're going to try to make the board that goes from that post up to the actual cabin where we chopped inside of it on the roof. We're going to try to make that board get connected there, that board get connected there. And we're also going to try to get a board that connects these two together. If we can finish doing that, that would like box in the roof area that we can then build upon, then that would be like an amazing day. So we're going to try our best to get that done today and then see where tomorrow takes us. Because like I said, later on in this week sometime, I don't know if it'll be tomorrow. I'm still waiting on a phone call from the Fort Smith doctors and stuff to see when I can get in to get Scarlett her double check on that.
No.
So I don't know. I just know sometime this week I'm going to have to go there and do that. So
no.
We're playing it all by ear right now. Like every day. That's the only way we can do it otherwise.
100%.
So.
Just like any other day.
Yep.
But.
Yep. So we're going to get to work, friends. Thanks so much for hanging out with us. Sorry we're a little rusty, but it's been nice chilling with you guys, hanging out like old friends, which is what we really consider you guys. So thanks for hanging out with us today. And I'm going to try to get something out on Simple Life Reclaimed for y'all. I'm going to try for tomorrow because I know it's been quite some time, but that's really just dependent on what we get done today and how much time I have to spend in front of the PC. So I can't say when, but soon. That's what I will say. We're going to change the when to soon.
Yes.
So until the next one, friends, we love y'all and we hope you have a good one.
And we'll catch you on the next one.
Bye, you guys.
Later.